Right now, Madison's police chief giving the latest on what led to a deadly shooting at a Quick Trip on the city's east side last week, what he's saying about the suspect involved.
Also, how the city of Monona plans to curb the growth of short-term rentals like Airbnb in its neighborhoods.
And later, a group of female broadcasters recently teamed up to make some history, what they hope their broadcast does for others in the future. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6.
We recognize that this is a traumatic event for many in our community. We hope that you will reach out to someone if you are struggling trying to make sense of this incident.
We are learning more about the murder of a woman on Madison's east side last Wednesday and police attempts to catch the suspect we now know as Justin Koppmeyer.
Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes said that over the course of 13 minutes on Friday, Madison Police got a report that he was armed in Madison. Officers followed him into the Quick Trip on East Washington Avenue. Catherine Merck has more on what police are still looking into.
Police Chief Sean Barnes said today that Koppmeyer is suspected of killing his girlfriend of nearly a year on Wednesday on Madison's east side. That makes 2 Madison women whose murders in the past week are suspected to be related to domestic violence, and many are mourning these losses.
Our community was reminded that lives can change in a matter of minutes.
Over the course of 13 minutes, police got a report that 39-year-old Justin Koppmeyer was armed and in the Madison area.
3500 block, he's armed with a handgun, he's inside.
The Quick Trip where he was spotted on East Washington Avenue became the site of his death. Police say he shot himself.
We had community members who had to run out of the store with their arms up. We had people living nearby seeing and observing a large police presence, and our SWAT officers surrounding this business.
What led police to search for Koppmeyer in the first place came from a domestic violence death. Koppmeyer is suspected of killing his girlfriend of less than a year on Wednesday on Madison's east side, 41-year-old Kristen Schmidt. She wasn't the only recent domestic violence victim in our area.
Madison has lost 2 women to domestic violence in the last week within just a couple of days of one another. They leave behind family members, children, friends and neighbors who loved them.
There are still things we're still learning about these deaths as investigators continue to look into the pieces of what happened. What's certain is there are people who will feel great loss from the past week's events.
These women are not just statistics. They were human beings living complex lives like the rest of us and doing the best that they could.
2 officers are now on leave as a result from the incident at the Quick Trip as the state investigates, and that's standard protocol. We don't know their identities yet. The department is still waiting for medical examiners to figure out if the officers' shot hit Koppmeyer.
And let's check the first warn forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi.
It's been a cloudy day. We've had rain this morning, even some thunderstorms, and then areas up to the north had a mix of some freezing rain, some sleet, and even a little bit of snow, but most of that was around the Dells and northward. Current temperatures right now are generally in the middle 30s. Here in Madison, we're at 34 degrees. Janesville's at 34, a couple degrees warmer out to the west. Notice that right now it's 37 degrees in Lone Rock, 38 degrees in Boscobel. Across Dane County, those temperatures are mainly in the middle 30s. Look for mostly cloudy skies this evening. Just an outside chance of a rain or snow shower, mainly north of Madison. Otherwise, temperatures will hold nearly steady in the middle 30s. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes some mild weather for at least a couple more days before we turn colder at the end of the week.
And stay up to date on the weather on our First Warn Forecast weather app. It has hourly forecast, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather.
Tomorrow morning, some middle school students in Madison will be attending a new school. That is one with a new name. During tonight's regularly scheduled Madison School Board meeting, members are set to vote on a new name for Jefferson Middle School. Tonight's agenda item comes almost exactly a year after the renaming process began, when the principal at the time suggested the board consider other names for Jefferson Middle School, given that Thomas Jefferson, for whom the school's named, was a slave owner. Back in December, the renaming committee presented 4 options, which have now been paired to 2, Ezekiel Gillespie and Maya Angelou. Tonight at 10, we'll share the new name of Jefferson Middle School, which will go into effect at the beginning of the 2023-2024 school year.
A 12-year-old is dead and another child is injured after a shooting at a birthday party over the weekend in the Milwaukee area. While officials haven't released exact details yet, a person who had family at the party believes the dispute broke out over a pair of designer glasses. According to Buggin' Out owner Amy Thompson, There's a hall upstairs that she rents out for parties with no age limit.
The parents were here and her aunt. At the front door, they were frisking people, patting them down, making sure that nobody was coming in with anything. There was guidance up here.
You getting checked at the door, but it's also people sneaking other people in back doors or whatever.
Both say they are sending condolences to the victim's family and hope something changes before more kids get hurt. Police are still investigating the shooting. A judge is allowing a homicide suspect's defense attorney to withdraw from the case after the suspect attacked the attorney in court. 25-year-old Taylor Shabiznis has pleaded not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect in the killing of Shad Tharian last year. At a February 14th hearing, after the judge ruled the trial would be delayed, Shabiznis attacked her defense attorney. Her new public defender will be present for a Friday hearing.
A fallen Milwaukee police officer will be the first recipient of a new award launched by the Milwaukee Brewers. It's called the Brewers Hometown Champions Award. It is a new program honoring Wisconsin's first responders. Peter Jervin, who was shot and killed in the line of duty February 6th, will be honored April 25th in a pregame ceremony. Jervin's family will also be on site to throw the first pitch. A new hometown champion will be selected each month, May through September of this season, through fan nominations. Fans can nominate a hometown champion on the Brewers website. You can find it on the community tab.
The state Supreme Court race is on pace to become the most expensive judicial race in state history. Already, Janet Protasewicz and liberal groups have already reported reserves close to $6 million in ad spending ahead of the general election. Meanwhile, on the conservative side, Dan Kelly says he won't take money from the Republican Party. That's a departure from his last campaign in 2020 when Kelly took in more than $65,000 in-kind contributions. Another key part to remember for this race is outside spending groups, which are expected to pour in millions of dollars into the race. People in Monona are pushing city leaders to step in because they're worried their neighborhoods are being negatively impacted by services like Airbnb and Vrbo.
For the first time, the city of Monona now moving forward with plans to regulate those short-term rentals. Tahalia Mohadin joins us now with the details.
Eric and Charlotte, the city is moving forward with very specific requirements that dictate things like how many people can rent a space at once, how long they can stay, and what owners have to do to get approved for rentals. These changes are coming after residents shared concerns with city leaders over loud parties and the impact people coming and going have on the character of their neighborhoods. Monona's mayor says because nearby Madison has a strict short-term rental ordinance, people have been taking advantage of their city, making it harder for people who want to live in Monona to find homes.
I think a lot of people who wanted to purchase homes to be used as short-term rentals in Madison found out that Monona didn't have any regulation at all, so we've had more and more people buying homes here to use for that purpose.
Under the new ordinance, anyone who rents a property for 15 or more days a year would need a permit and would also be subject to an inspection, minimum occupancy limits, plus application fees. Violators would pay anywhere from $100 to a $1,000 fine, potentially for each day they aren't in compliance. City Council did unanimously approve these changes last week, but they are not yet in effect, pending a few procedural next steps.
You can bike through anything.
For a lot of people in the Madison area, there is no such thing as too cold to bicycle. We talked to some of Madison's most committed year-round cyclists about what it means to pedal through the ice and snow. And tonight at 10, Tahlil will share why they do it and what it'll take to join their ranks.
Coming up, the city of Madison is getting some help with its Vision Zero policy.
Plus, if you have a fever and cough, you may not have to see a doctor to find out if it's the flu or COVID-19. The reason next.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses? See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Don't miss your chance to see The Lion King, one of the most awe-inspiring productions ever brought to life on stage.
Coming to Overture Center May 11th through 28th. Tickets on sale now at overture.org.
No question, I want to spend these months at home with hospice care from A Grace, so I can be with my dog and my grandkids and their laughter.
A Grace, caring every step of the way. Extremist Dan Kelly wants abortion banned, even in cases of rape, incest, and the health of the mother. For years, Kelly was on the payroll of a radical anti-abortion group working to take away women's rights. On the court, Kelly will uphold Wisconsin's 1849 criminal abortion ban that strips women of their freedom to make personal decisions on abortion. Dan Kelly, an extremist who doesn't care about us.
Madison Magazine takes you on a treasure hunt. Dig up hidden gems with the ultimate guide to thrift shops, antique stores, flea markets, and more. And meet leaders with heart, this year's Best of Madison business winners. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and you'll get my customized forecast for tonight and tomorrow.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see.
Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. For what the FDA says is the first time ever, the green light has been given to an at-home self-collected nasal swab test that can determine if you are suffering from COVID-19 or the flu in about a half an hour. The test is able to identify a negative result for influenza A with more than 99% accuracy and a positive result with more than 90% accuracy. It's 100% accurate for negative COVID-19 samples and more than 88% accurate for positive results. The test is FDA authorized for anyone 14 and older for self-collection, or an adult can give it to a child 2 or older.
The U.S. Department of Transportation is helping Madison move forward with its work on Vision Zero. The city getting a more than $267,000 grant. It's part of the Safe Streets and Roads for All program. Madison is one of 8 Wisconsin municipalities or counties to receive a Safe Streets and Roads for All grant. The city plans to update its pedestrian and bike plans, finalize a map of the city's most critical bike routes, update school travel plans, and more into its Vision Zero policy. Tax day will be here before you know it, which means it's time to file those taxes. Dane County offering free tax preparation help through the Richard Dilley Tax Center from today through April 15th. County officials will help clear up any confusion residents may have about their taxes. That center is located at 2238 South Park Street. It's designed to help low-income individuals and families, along with seniors and/or folks with disabilities. Help is available by appointment. Still ahead, the sturgeon spearing season is now over. The DNR has the final numbers next.
Also, how 3 UW-Madison students teamed up to put on a historic broadcast at a Badger women's basketball game last week.
Plus, Gary returns. A complete look at our forecast when we come back.
Can we really trust him with a car?
Of course we can, Lindsay, with AAA Auto Insurance.
Wait, AAA has auto insurance?
We do home insurance, too.
Switch and save on AAA Auto Insurance and expect something more.
DePaco Credit Union protects your well-being, supports you through life's many surprises. Because when our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. DePaco can help you be well.
Is your house frustratingly cold? Here's some good news. You can upgrade to our high-efficiency foam insulation, and the federal government will pay up to 30% of the cost in the form of an energy tax credit. Our foam keeps the cold air out, your warm air in, with lower energy costs all year long. And again, the energy tax credit covers up to 30% of the cost. Our schedule is filling fast, so call now and get in ahead of everyone else. It's time to stop freezing and start saving.
USA Insulation.
Steinhaffel's amazing Buy More, Save More sale is the perfect time to spruce up your home. Start with 35 to 50% off store-wide, then take an extra $100 off $19.99, $200 off $29.99, or $300 off $39.99 or more. Refresh your home with a new bedroom set, cozy sofa, or new dining set. You'll even find special mattress deals, too. The more you buy, the more you're gonna save. So shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Can we really trust him with a car?
Of course we can, Lindsay, with AAA Auto Insurance.
Wait, AAA has auto insurance?
We do home insurance, too.
Switch and save on AAA Auto Insurance and expect something more.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Last week, a trio of UW-Madison students made history, forming the first all-female sports broadcast in the school's student radio station's history.
On February 20th, while the Badgers women were battling Rutgers, these three were breaking glass ceilings. Our Andrew Banstra has the story.
They hope to inspire the next generation to do what they love, no matter what they're told they can or can't do.
I am Tia Sadlin here with Chrissy Birdsall at the Cole Center.
UW's student-run radio station celebrated its 21st birthday last week. A few days earlier, though, they made a different kind of history.
We just kind of, on our own, wanted to do an all-female broadcast. We didn't really look into the history of it at all.
I don't know if there was ever one before that. They said they were going to check their notes, and neither of them had seen an all-female broadcast in the 20-something years that WSUM has been a station.
On Monday, February 20th, the trailblazing trio formed UW's first-ever all-female student sports broadcast team.
I think we set such a good standard, and I'm so excited to see more female broadcasts.
Once we finished that final call and took off our mics, I remember we all kind of had this sigh of relief, like we did it. It was an amazing experience.
Tia, a senior, was the only female in sports at WSUM her freshman year. As she looks down at the glass ceiling she's broken, it's cleared the path for the next generation.
Every year, it felt like we're getting further and further towards having more women involved. And Nick, the sports director right now, told us that there's 5 or 6 women in the training program right now. And so I feel so fortunate that this program has grown in the way that it has.
Sports is a male-dominated industry, and broadcasting magnifies that. So for all the girls that were told they can't,
you can't say that a girl can't do it, because we just did.
Which means that for all the women that come after, this trio showed that it is possible.
With our women's broadcasters here, that, you know, it was a great first step, but I think that we're all kind of hoping for that to eventually become the norm rather than the exception.
The trio told me they haven't decided what they want to do after graduating, but added that broadcasting is definitely atop the list.
Andrew, thank you. The 2023 sturgeon season is over, and despite some above normal temperatures, the overall numbers stayed within a typical season's numbers. According to the DNR, more than 1,100 sturgeon were taken out of Lake Winnebago this year. That ranks number 25 out of 83 seasons. More than 350 of those were speared on the first day.
A Milwaukee man is working to make his neighborhood more accessible by clearing the sidewalks of snow and ice. Now, what makes the act exceptionally unique, he is a wheelchair user himself, something that doesn't stop him from completing this good deed. Matt Felton knows all too well how challenging it can be when snow and ice aren't cleaned up after a storm. Well, today, with his service dog Luna, Matt cleaned up spots that haven't been touched yet after the storm this past week.
Maybe people see this and they realize that we're all in the community, we're all in this together. And, you know, there's a lot of people that have the ability to get out there and do stuff like this to help other people out.
Well, Matt hopes to raise awareness, and people will do their part to help keep the sidewalks accessible for all. A wet start to the work week. Here's Gary with the rest of the week and what it has in store for us.
Well, you know, we started out with rain across much of southern Wisconsin, even a couple of thunderstorms early this morning. But to the north, it was a different story. There was freezing rain, especially northern portions of Sauk and Columbia County, and then mainly north of the Dells. A fair amount of ice accumulation, up to around 1/4 of an inch up into the northern portions of Juneau and Adams counties, and about 1/10 of an inch about as far south as the Wisconsin River. The rainfall in the southern part of the viewing area generally generally around an inch or a little bit more from Madison eastward toward Milwaukee to the south and west, another area of about an inch or more across parts of far southwestern Wisconsin into eastern Iowa. This is rain vision, rainfall estimates from the Doppler radar, but of course up to the north, then that changed to freezing rain and snow into central Wisconsin. There are river flood warnings in effect for the Turkey River in the eastern portion of Iowa, and flood watch is in effect for the southern part of the Sugar River and also for the Pecatonica River in Lafayette County, but these are mild type things. We're probably going to see the river levels reach to near flood stage and then start going back down, assuming we don't get a lot more in the way of precipitation. Tonight, all the precipitation is mainly in the eastern portion of the state. Some rain and snow showers there. Just an outside chance that we could still see one north of Madison this evening, but things are drying out to the west. In fact, skies are actually clearing across western Iowa. We'll probably see our skies clear toward morning. 6-hour future track radar shows the steady snows in northern Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan moving through lower Michigan and away from us. But the snow depth, you can see a fair amount of snow on the ground now, especially in the northern part of the state after that big winter storm late last week into the weekend. You can see over 2 feet of snow up in far northern Wisconsin, the UP of Michigan. But you go south of Madison and those snow amounts drop off pretty quickly because of the rain that we've had and temperatures that have been above freezing. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for mild weather with high temperatures in the lower 40s for both tomorrow and Wednesday, although we could see a rain-snow chance tomorrow night into early Wednesday morning. At this point, with temperatures in the low to mid-30s, I'm not looking for anything to really stick to the ground. But we will turn colder with high temperatures in the middle 30s as we head toward Thursday and Friday, and that could lead to additional snow accumulations. You can see south of Wisconsin, almost no snow on the ground. So once our winds start coming in out of the south, we can warm up quickly. That'll be the case over the next couple of days. Look for high temperatures to be in the lower to middle 40s. Plan your night. Look for a low of 30 in Madison, 30 Middleton, 32 in Fitchburg, and 31 in Sun Prairie. Skies turn partly cloudy by morning. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, areas out to the west will clear a little bit earlier. So 25 for the low in Camp Douglas, 28 in Lone Rock, to the east 30 in Watertown, and 25 in Wautoma. For tomorrow, look for skies to be partly sunny in the morning. Then it'll turn mostly cloudy in the afternoon, but that's for our high temperature. It gets up to 42 degrees. Future track starting tomorrow night. You can see these rain and snow showers moving through not a solid area of precipitation, but often on rain and snow showers. Notice those temperatures in the middle 30s. So we're not looking for anything to really stick to the ground. By Wednesday morning, most of that pulls on out, and then we're just looking for mainly dry weather for the rest of Wednesday night and into Thursday. But Thursday will be a little colder with a high of 33 and our first warned 7 to 10 day forecast. Friday will be cold. A weather system passing to our south could bring us a chance of some light snow in the afternoon, but we'll warm right back up into the 40s from Saturday through the middle part of next week. A rain snow shower chance Sunday night into Monday morning, a rain shower chance Tuesday afternoon, and then a little colder, maybe a chance of flurries about Wednesday of next week.
Badger women's hockey is Minneapolis bound this weekend for the final face-off. But before hitting the road, another freshman is getting honored. I got those details next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Make a difference in the world.
Be a mentor.
Young people need a positive role model to succeed and navigate life's challenges. Learn about mentorship opportunities at unitedmadison.com/mentoring. Brought to you by Fearing's Audio Video Security and United Madison.
The local water experts at Culligan can take care of everything but the kitchen sink. Actually, we do that too. Culligan, here for every water worry.
Get 11% off your next remodel with new cabinetry from Menards. Cardell cabinets come ready to install and feature a modern look that will surely add elegance to any room. Right now, all Cardell cabinets are 11% off. Continue your renovations with Shaw Flooring. We stock a huge selection of durable laminate flooring, luxurious carpet, and waterproof vinyl plank. Timber Ridge vinyl plank flooring is only $279 per square foot after 11% off. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
What can Sono Bello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With Sonobello, you can permanently remove stubborn fat in just one visit. Don't wait. The results I've seen achieved are truly outstanding.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sonobello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sonobello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
Make a difference in the world.
Be a mentor.
Young people need a positive role model to succeed and navigate life's challenges. Learn about mentorship opportunities at unitedmadison.com/mentoring. Brought to you by Fearing's Audio Video Security and United Madison.
When the snow flies in bike-friendly Madison, avid cyclists just keep on pedaling.
It's a good time.
News 3 Now's Tahalil Muhaddin finds out what it takes from must-have gear to safety tips. Hitting the road with snow bikers, tonight at 10.
Edwards is no stranger to weekly conference honors. She earned 2 this season, but now she gets to add something else to her already impressive freshman resume, Rookie of the Month. It's her first of her career, and it makes sense when you see what she did in February. 4 goals, 3 assists, including the go-ahead game winner on Saturday against the Mavs. The Badgers sent Minnesota State packing to earn a spot in their 13th straight WCHA final face-off. Again, puck drops with Minnesota on Friday at 5. New week, another conference honor for Sarah Williams. She picks up her 3rd Big Ten Freshman of the Week award after averaging 9.5 points, 7 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks last week. Williams showed up and showed out for the regular season finale against 12th-ranked Michigan yesterday, finishing with 14 points and 5 boards. And it was a record-setting Sunday for both Badger basketball programs. While Connor Essegian is the freshman 3-point leader, Maddie Wilkie did the same thing for the women's program. She's got 56 triples on the season. UW earned a first-round bye for the Big Ten tourney, and that begins on Wednesday. Whitewater basketball is heading to the NCAA tournament. That goes for both the women and men's teams. On the women's side, they will play host to the regional site this weekend and face Webster University Friday night as the men hit the road and take on Wabash College also on Friday. While the injuries rack up for Giannis, his team keeps finding ways to win. The Bucks got the come-from-behind dub against the Suns, extending the league's longest win streak to 14 games. And it's not just one player stepping up in the Greek Freak's absence. Yes, Drew Holiday has led the Deer in their last 2 games. He had 24 points on Friday, 33 yesterday. But the way he sees it, everyone's just pitching in to get the job done.
I feel like we have a team that carries the load together. I don't think that it's just me. I feel like people kind of put it on me, but as a team, I think everybody else kind of elevates too. You see Chris coming back playing more minutes, Jay coming in having big stops, Joe getting the ball on offense and making big plays. Brooks has been playing great and awesome for so long that he'll continue to do that if it's from 3 or in the paint.
And on the college football front, reports say that former Wisconsin associate head coach and offensive line coach Joe Rudolph is leaving Virginia Tech and heading to Notre Dame. Rudolph spent 16 years with the Badgers before heading to Tech for the 2022 season.
Jordan, thank you. Quick final check with Gary.
Yeah, some light rain and snow showers up in the Fox Valley. Most of that will stay north of Madison this evening. Temperatures will hold steady in the middle 30s.
Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, everyone, and we'll see you back here at 10.